Hey John, you alright?
And a very good afternoon to you, and welcome here to Citadel and St. Conleth's Park, the fabulous new home and facility of Kildare GAA, and we are here for the Joe Mallon Motors Senior Football Championship Final. It's a repeat of last year, and it is between Naas and Selbridge. Naas looking to put titles, of course, winning last year, but to complete 4 in a row is what they are aiming to do. Selbridge have only got one senior football championship title, that one in 2008. So they, as I said, back in a final. It's I think only their third in the last 11 or 12 years that they've been in the final, and looking to rectify maybe some of the wrongs of last year. Of course, maybe a performance in Carlow in that first half that didn't do them ultimately justice. So the Selbridge team has one change. It comes in the full forward line, and it sees Kevin Flynn wearing number 23 come in for number 13, Paddy Brophy. Otherwise it is unchanged and lines out as follows, with Shane McNamara, of course, who was ever present last year in goal. 2 cornerbacks, of course, were also present last year in Carlow. John Clark wearing 2, Mick Constantine wearing 4, and Keane Powell, of course, who has made his way into that senior team this year. He'll be on the edge of the square. Dean O'Donoghue, Fergal Conway and Nemo Flynn are, of course, all members of last year's final team, hoping to rectify some wrongs. Are the men in the middle of the field, Hugh McGrillen and Mick O'Grady, although Hugh didn't get to play, of course, in last year's final. He was, of course, part of the panel. He's the only survivor of that 2008 winning team. Niall O'Regan, Kevin O'Callaghan and Tony Archibald. Of course, Tony, if you remember, that game went off with a serious enough looking injury that day, but of course he takes his place here today in that half forward line. And then that change we told you about, it is of course Kevin Flynn wearing number 23 alongside the Browns, Aaron and Killian. They'll wear 14 and 15 respectively. Naas have made 2 changes, and one comes in the corner back, one at centre field. Number 22 Mark Maguire comes in for number 2 Cathal Daly, and number 27 James Burke, he comes in for Paul McDermott in the centre of the field. It will line out then with ever-present Luke Mullins in goal, Mark Maguire, Conor McCarthy and Robert Fitzgerald. That's the full back line for Naas. Brian Byrne, Owen Doyle and Owen Lawler, formidable enough half back line. They will line out at 5, 6 and 7. Ryan Sinky then joined by James Burke at centre field. Alex Byrne, Tom Brown and Paddy McDermott, they'll be fairly robust and looking to take on some scores in the half forward line, and the full forward line made up of Derek Kerwin, Dermot Hannafin and Neil Ahern. Piper coming around. As you can see, Selbridge will be in their change strip of red and black, and Naas also in their change of predominantly white with their blue shorts. And both teams heading down the line. Teams getting together then and getting ready for Oran Levine. Man in the middle today, of course, Brendan Cawley, making a little bit of history. He, I suppose, a little bit unlucky, long time now as an inter-county referee, a little bit unlucky that on occasion Newbridge teams were in the final, so he wasn't able to officiate. So he gets the opportunity this year to do that and right that wrong. I suppose it's the last probably county final he now in Kildare has to do on his CV. So he is out there today, and we wish him the best of luck. I believe this time last week he may have been in Australia, so he's back and ready to go. He didn't bring any of the good weather with him anyway, as we're looking out here at a damp enough day in Citadel Park, and it is, of course, coming into the last weekend. I'm hoping at this stage now you learn to put the clocks back and everything, and all that is sorted out. You got the extra hour and are here willing to have a look at this. John and Abby Nolan in the background bringing you the coverage. And both clubs availing of the service here today, so we will be firmly on the fence as regards who we think is going to come out on top in this one. Lots of things lean in the direction of Naas and putting that 4 in a row together, but Selbridge, of course, not in a bad run of form. Of course, beat Raheen's in the preliminary round on the 11th of August, 113-11, and then went into Group B, beat Almwood 219-12. Then that cracking game and close one on the 31st of August against Athy, 115-38. Then Clougharinco 216-17 into the quarterfinals, where they disposed of Clane by 115-7, and then a good game against Sarsfields on the 12th of October by 111-12. As we stand here for Aron Naveen, and the Newbridge Gospel Choir will lead us in the anthem. Powerful rendition of our national anthem by the Newbridge Gospel Choir as we get ready here at Cathedral St. Conleth's Park for the first game of the new facility here. Brand new stand, brand new pitch. That's going to be a big thing. I'm sure the players are going to have to get used to. No wall around. It's longer, it's wider, and that will be something that, as I said, the players getting their first feel of it here this afternoon. Newbridge Gospel Choir then getting a warm applause as they head off the field, bringing us right entertainment here for the last half hour thereabouts. We're getting ready to go. There's still a bit of equipment in the middle of the field to be taken off it, waiting on somebody to come and remove it as Brendan Cawley throws the ball in. He's not going to worry about it as the ball is taken and won there by Alex Byrne. They're attacking the Kilcullen end. Lovely job done on the new entrance down there in the Kilcullen end, keeping, of course, the old walls of the barracks here, and well done to all who ensured that bit of history was maintained, whether I suppose you like it or not. As Mick Constantine gets on this ball, Selbridge have turned it over, and it's back in the grateful hands of the man lining out, of course, at full back with 3 on his back, and Keane Powell. He gives it to his centre back Fergal Conwell. Know this pitch, of course, quite well, as a good few of these lads will, although they probably don't know this surface and how it is. Hugh McGrillen then, the only survivor of that 2008 team, giving it off straight away, left footed shot, doesn't go too far, and there's not too much of a breeze, so don't know why that hung up as much as it did, but it's still Selbridge anyway, recycling the ball here. Tony Archibald giving it out, and eventually it's Liam O'Flynn. Down here it goes on this side, it's Brown that picks it up. That, of course, is Aaron. Aaron, of course, voted by his fellow clubmates as the one that most likely to leave gear behind or leave it at home, whichever one it was. But here's a bit of an overlap then. Powell taking off Conway, back to Conway back into the middle then. 3, 6 and 9 linking up. Mick O'Grady, here's a shout then from Niall O'Regan. They're still on the 45, a wall up at the minute as O'Grady tries to go over on the return, popping the pass into Liam O'Flynn. Has the first shot in anger. Have we got the first point at St. Conleth's Park? We haven't, as it tails off to the right and wide into the town end here of St. Conleth's Park. First kick out then of this Joe Mallon Motors Senior Football Championship final for 2024. Man in the middle, Brendan Cawley. Kick out to come for Naas and Luke Mullins, taking all his time. Brand new scoreboard down there as well. Hopefully it will be easy to spot in these kind of damp, misty conditions. Lots of umbrellas on the far side, a bit of a rainbow of them at the moment. Main stand is full. That's all 3,000 seats or so taken up here, which is a good start, and it's been a healthy flow of people in. Neutrals, I saw people from other counties on the way in here today, so good crowd, not only just Kildare folk turning up to see what the new Cathedral St. Conleth's Park looks like, as Selbridge, the ones being predominantly possessing of the ball. Tony Archibald, an interchange of passes, and eventually it ends up with Liam O'Flynn. O'Flynn throwing it across here, as Selbridge has said, attack the town end of the ground here in their red and black Naas with that bit of a wall. There's only 3 players inside the Selbridge half, and that looked like a trip there by Aaron Brown. I don't know if Brendan Cawley's going to give him a warning. Not sure it was in black card territory, but he definitely made sure that Niall O'Regan made it to the ground, and it's going to be a free for Aaron Brown. So Liam O'Flynn has already got the first shot at goal that came here in the opening minute, and it was a wide. It's a long way out for Aaron Brown. He puts it with the right foot, dropping it in, but it's going to drop short. And two chances now for Selbridge, and nothing taken out of them. Swapping the passes there between the Naas, Robert Fitzgerald and Luke Mullins, and Fitzgerald has extricated himself now a little bit. Lots of red and black jerseys, no one around. He's in a little bit of a bind over there, but eventually gets an opportunity to get out over on the far side, and Naas now try to work it out, but it's good tackling there by Selbridge, and they look like they've turned the ball over on that far side. And the combination of players looked like O'Callaghan was involved. Quick ball played inside then. Kevin Flynn, he's the man that's in for Paddy Brophy. Look, could have opportunity to have a shot. Would be a man who well capable of taking one, but he goes back to Liam. Liam having a shot off here into the keeper's hands. 3 shots now. 1 wide, 2 into the short. And again, Naas haven't been able to get out beyond the halfway line. Are slowly building into this. Naas with 2 changes, of course. James Burke, Mark Maguire in for Paul McDermott and Cathal Daly respectively. Naas quite happy to hold on to possession, of course. They in their pathway to this final beat Johnsonbridge twice in the preliminary, 14 points to 9, and then in the quarter final 3-19 to 7. In the group beat Confey 3-16 to 5, Eatsound 2-15 to 112, Sarsfields by 12 points to 7, and then in the semi-final against Athy 3-12 to 1-9, booking their place in this final here on of course the 27th of October. Alex Byrne appealing for calm and looking to play that ball forward, but it's a lovely rob, you'd have to say, there by Mick O'Grady. Well experienced man taking the ball there off of Dara Kerwin, looking to move on. Advantage with Fergal Conway playing on, getting away from Byrne. Hand is still up, and now the advantage is gone and down, and here we get shooting moving here from Selbridge, trying to drive forward with it, trying to set up Kevin Flynn. There was O'Callaghan. That ball though has been won back, and it's Killian Brown this time, looking to keep away from the attentions of the man with 22 in his back, Mark Maguire. Eventually though, it's Selbridge that overplayed the ball, and you could essentially say 4 attacks now for Selbridge and nothing has come out of it. Ball back here now to Luke Mullins, crosses the 20-metre line, coming into the D, and it's going to be one of the Browns going to go toward him. He's probably got to be careful of hopping the ball. Brand new pitch with enough surface. Maybe hopping the ball today is not a great thing to do. Is setting sail then a little bit for Naas is of course Paddy McDermott, giving it back to Owen Doyle. Doyle, of course, a man who's retired from inter-county action, drives forward now, gets inside Brown there easily. Here's a shout infield, gives it to, of course, the man with 12 on his back, Paddy McDermott. Paddy, of course, quite comfortable playing in the half-back line. An awful lot of his game, of course, can be built on a little bit of speed and support players. Driving on with this now is Brian Byrne, a man, of course, will be around the quarters of this pitch again next week with the Naas senior hurlers, as ball is back to Mullins. Hugh McGrillen, the nearest man to him, the elder statesman on the pitch at 37, I think it is, if I'm right, and as I said, the only survivor of the 2008 county title win that Selbridge have in their locker. As McDermott now coming forward, here's a shout from Kerwin, Dara Kerwin, of course, looking to drive on, has McDermott ahead of him. Bit of a gap here now to open up for Alex Byrne. Will he have a fancy shot? Slipped inside. Well, is he going to fist this over? No, it's gone to the right and wide. And with the clock on here in the stadium, going on 6 minutes, it's first attack for Naas, similar to Selbridge. It went wide. Selbridge have had 4 attacks and got nothing out of it there. Referee asking for the ball to be brought out because players didn't get outside the 20 quick enough. Mick Constantine pops the ball then to Niall O'Regan. Selbridge are quite happy to make a bill. McGrillen out here on this side. Hope he got the bicycle back. Heard it was taken from Hazelhat Station. As the ball back in the hands of the Selbridge defence then, and Kevin Flynn dropping back here to help out with Fergal Conway, playing the ball over to the far side of the field. It said Selbridge attacking the town end here to our left hand side in the brand new stand here at Cedral St. Conleth's Park. Last year we were in Netwatch Cullen Park. We're back in familiar territory in Newbridge, and a venue I think that Kildare GA and many of their spectators should be very, very proud of. and hopefully we get to see crowds over the coming weeks. Don't forget, of course, next Saturday evening is the Leinster Championship. Whoever wins today will be playing Coola here under lights at 7:15. As driving forward now, it's a strong run from this with Dermot Hannafin. Goal! What a goal from Dermot Hannafin! Pick it out! The first score may be fitting of the brand new Cedars at Connacht Park. Turned it out to be a goal, and a wonder goal at that. Hannafin puts the ball to the back of the net. He's a man for some big goals, big scores. 7.5 minutes gone, and he puts Naas. He slalomed his way through. It was like a hot knife through butter, and the Celbridge defence just stood off him, and he kept going, and he planted it beyond Shane McNamara. A goal for Naas, no score as the ball goes forward. It's a pull of the jersey and a chance for Celbridge, and they need to maybe take this now, even at early stages, because they've had it set 4 attacks, nothing's come out of it. Naas get the second attack, they're buried in the back of the net. Cracking goal from Dermot Hannafin. So the free to be taken by Aaron Brown after all that. As he said, we've seen the frees already. They've dropped short, either into the full-back Keane Powler, or sorry, I should say Conor McCarthy or Luke Mullins. This ball has a bit more trajectory on it. Dropping in though, it's back into the bread basket again. Make that 5 attacks and nothing out of it for Celbridge. Has an eerily similar start to what happened in Carlow last year. Ball is across the field then. Naas willing to build from the back. Doyle on the ball now. Has options out wide here with Owen Lawler. Lawler though is being accompanied down along the line here, as Owen Doyle elects to go infield and give it to Paddy McDermott. Dennis Maguire. Mark Maguire then in this Naas team along with James Burke for Cathal Daly and Paul McDermott. Ball is popped into no one in particular, and Conway is there to be able to pick it up. Of course, Fergal Hink was at full forward. He played last year for Celbridge. Now back on was familiar enough territory on, as his career has gone back in the half back line. Mick Constantine taking the ball in. Looked like he was tackled hard there, and advantage was being given, but the free now given to Constantine as ball moved on by Kevin Flynn. Celbridge now needing to find something, and that's a wasteful kick, is it? Keeper thinking about it. Owen Doyle decided to take ownership of it and drives out and plays the ball out here to Maguire. Maguire has time on the top of the D to look around. The Browns trying to get in around him, but also number 10 there, Niall O'Regan. It's taken out by Ryan Sinky to Paddy McDermott. McDermott, I'd say, is the man that's touched the ball the most on this field in the opening 10 minutes of play. Getting a bit of a run there from Sinky, and he plays the ball inside. Fell to the deck there and trying to maintain that ball was Alex Byrne. Kept in play, and Naas mining it now a little bit more. A bit of a hard belt on Brian Byrne, but he picks himself up and looks around, pops a pass all the way back. It goes to Paddy McDermott, and they'll recycle the ball again. But Naas with the advantage. Celbridge with the early attacks. Naas's goal coming from Dermot Hannafin. An absolutely cracking effort, and hopefully we get to see that replayed, and it probably will be a lot over the next 50 years, because it'll be the first score in the new St. Conleth's Park, as the ball is played by Doyle to Dara Curran. Curran trying to hold off the attentions there of Dean O'Donoghue. Has to come back out, will favour his left foot, looking to drop around. Doyle is there to help, and there's a run from Byrne. Perfect run from Byrne, 45 metres out, looking to get away from O'Grady. Pulls the shot, it could come around still. It'd be some score if it goes over. No, it's dropping short. Referee's going to call it back because he was hit after he took the shot on. It's going to be a free for Naas. And as you can see, the flags behind the goal there, they're kind of whipping to the far side of the field, so not really favouring anyone, but might have a problem, as Alex Byrne obviously got a bang on the nose there or something. There's blood on his shirt. That's going to have to be changed. It's going to be a temporary substitution with Paul McDermott coming in until that is sorted out. He's actually got a gash over the eye there, so that temporary sub is being allowed. The free was looked like Dara Kerwin was going to take it, but Luke Mullins has come up all the way, drying the hands, or the gloves I should say, in the jersey. It is damp, and misty kind of rain falling on us here. Not a great start, but at the moment, everything to pitch, everyone seems quite happy here in the stand. Probably one of the biggest county final crowds I've seen in recent years anyway here at St. Conleth's Park, as Mullins comes up to this, and he's pulled it though. Went with the wind. That's the way the wind direction's going, and it took it away on him, and that's gone to the left and wide. Well, you can see the flags behind. He just didn't judge it in that regard, and with 12 minutes gone, it is a second wide for Naas. Still feeling each other out here a little bit, I would think, as the ball goes out to the middle. Up and win it there is Mick O'Grady. Falls to the deck and tries to hold on to it. Surely had his arm pulled there, and the referee says it was played on the ground, but O'Grady was definitely fouled before that. As the ball is played in, ball is just going dead. As soon as it hits the ground, it's slipping away. There's no bounce off it at all, as you can expect probably in conditions like this. A pitch trying to bed in as well, and the ball gets away from Killian Brown. Naas quite happy though. They'll deal with it and break out, and it's Maguire looking around the house now, seeing as he an option. Brian Byrne was an option, but he went for McDermott, and it's a crossfield here to Owen Doyle. Showed left and comes back in on the right. Likes to go across. And Naas looking to break out. Got to be careful now wind the ball, Brian Byrne, but he does that very, very well and gives it off to Paddy McDermott. Here's how Kerwin got the goal. It opened up in the middle for them, and it's kind of similar here as James Burke. His first real touch, I think, of the ball, gets it to the man that's in, Paul McDermott. They're trying to stop the blood down here on Alex Byrne before they allow him back in on the field of play. As Naas continue to lead by that goal, and a cracking goal it was from their full forward Dermot Hanifin. It's McDermott back to Brian Byrne. Byrne getting a show here from Owen Doyle across the halfway line. It comes all the way over here in front of the stand. Still hard to credit looking at St. Conleth's Park without a wall all around it, but it's a fine, fabulous facility here now, and something, as he said, to be proud of, as the ball is in the hands here of Naas's wing back Owen Lawler. Lawler taking the toe to hand a few times, and then crossfield ball over to Brian Byrne. Brian Byrne and Luke Mullins. Well, Byrne was inside his own half, it's only Luke Mullins. So Byrne, time to take it, and the red and black wall has headed back in the direction, of course, Selbridge, managed by Micheál McDermott, who will be well known in the inter-county scene. Clare and Cavan in his time. Paul Barden, of course, former Longford player, one of his selectors. Naas, of course, managed by former Carlow Air Oak player Joe Murphy, with of course Kevin Downs part of his backroom team. They're still tending to Alex Byrne, so that blood is obviously just not stopping in whatever gash, and he looks like he's going to be, if anyone remembers Gary Gillespie and Nigel Spackman that played in a cup final for Liverpool all those years ago. That's what he looks like right now. Show my age, I suppose, if I'm referencing that. It's not often you see big head bandages now on players anymore. But, he's been tended to down here by Order of Malta and also his own backroom team. Now eventually we have Naas players in their own half, tracking back there, but this I have to say is a bit hard to look at. Brian Byrne waiting for the run, and it's moving on, and touched on the ground there by McDermott, and now Selbridge all stream out red and black, and it's got to be moved forward. In the old new rules, that'll be brought 50, so it's only going to be brought forward to 13, and it's quickly taken now. McGrillen over on the far side, he's been left and right. Here's a shout inside, and drops it into the hands of his fellow clubman. Eventually moved on by Liam O'Flynn. Over here now to Niall O'Regan. Selbridge, you feel, have to pull the trigger soon, because the 15 minutes gone, 5 shots, and 4 dropped in to the defence or into the keeper. And as I said, the wind is, whatever is there, is blowing across the field. It shouldn't have a factor on taking a shot on, but Naas have the wall back. Here's O'Callaghan now, will drive forward, looking to keep away from the attentions of the Naas players there, and the ball again recycled back here. Liam O'Flynn giving it back out now. Brown going to have a shot. Is this Selbridge's first point? It's on its way. There's a bit more purpose behind it, and finally it wakes up the Selbridge crowd as Alex Byrne gets back on the field. It's the first score for Selbridge after a couple of times of asking. Killian Brown gets Selbridge's first score here in the brand new Cathedral St. Conleth's Park, as Paul McDermott resumes on the bench with 16 minutes gone. A goal for Naas, a point for Selbridge.
Alex Byrne for Paul McDermott.
Brian Byrne to Luke Mullins. So as he said, Alex Byrne back on the field of play, Paul McDermott back on the bench, as Luke Mullins comes all the way out, gives it to Owen Doyle, then to Paddy McDermott. As I said, Paddy's possession definitely the most of anyone on the field of play, I would imagine, after 16 minutes here. Bouncing it all around. Selbridge refusing to commit here. Maybe it's early doors yet, but again, just a little bit hard watch out. All players retreating back behind. And Paddy McDermott gets on the ball here again, and many times we're going to mention his name between now and the end of play. Owen Doyle, he's ushering him on, crosses into the Selbridge half and over the 65, attacking the Kilcullen end here. Doyle being driven on here, looking for his Byrne. Byrne takes it away from 2 or 3 Selbridge players, gives it then to James Burke. Burke looking to swing around the house here a little bit. Good opportunity. Kerwin off the left foot, pops it towards the post, but he's popped it to the right and wide. Another chance for Naas. It's gone a big in there, and it was a decent enough move. James Burke providing the overlap, and then Dara came off his shoulder. He should really have popped that ball over the bar. Selbridge get the ball away, and it's Conway stepping away from Alex Byrne, giving it to Kevin O'Callaghan, and then on to Niall O'Regan. O'Regan popping the ball inside. O'Grady looking for a bit of movement now. One of the Browns maybe inside. See Mick Constantine making a move forward here. He's been tracked there at the minute by Naas' number 8, Ryan Sinky. Ball is with Dean O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue now looking for a pop pass inside. It's Constantine. Look like he got a shove in the back. Referee allowing the play to continue. Constantine gets the ball away, and it's O'Flynn to O'Regan, and it's back to McGrillen. McGrillen into O'Callaghan. The O is linking up with a Mac. Ball is inside, left and right with O'Callaghan. Good driving force. Hits the deck. Didn't touch the ball on the ground. McGrillen has a pop pass here opportunity. Nearly Alex Byrne getting it side. It's Conway driving forward. Right footed ball. Fergal Conway. 2 on the bounce for Selbridge. .18 gone in Cathedral St. Conlet's Park on a historic day here for Kildare GA. Joe Malin Motors Senior Football Championship Final 2024, and Naas, after Dermot Hannifin's goal after 8 minutes, have only had one real other opportunity. That was a free that Luke Mullins kicked wide. Selbridge haven't really taken any of their opportunities until just a couple of minutes ago. Now they've got 2 in a bounce. Moving forward on Naas here quickly with Owen Lawler. Lawler giving it to Kerwin. Kerwin trying to hold off the attentions of Powell. Pops a ball with cheeky one up and over the bar. Didn't work with the feet, it's worked with the fists. And Naas open back up that 2-point lead that they have had in this game. And with 19 minutes gone, 1-1 to 2 it is. Kick out to come from Shane McNamara. Has been fairly effective on the kickouts in the early stages here in finding his men, but Naas look like they've pushed up on this kickout a little bit, and he has to go long, and it's down on top of James Burke. Fair fetch from the sky from the big man. Right footed ball, and now Naas are on the attack again. Sinky looking to take it there away from the number 7, and that was of course Owen Lawler. Pop pass, oh Byrne, what a ball inside. Could be an opportunity here now if he was able to get control of it with Tom Brown. Brown was pushed in the back, says the referee, and after Selbridge getting 2 on the bounce, it looks like Naas are going to respond practically immediately with 2 of their own, and a free I'd imagine that Kerwin is going to take here with his left foot into the Kilcullen end with the Naas flag. Could be Selbridge's flag, whichever. Of course the 2 blue and white wearing their change strips here today, and it's Kerwin that pops that ball over the bar. I imagine he would do it with ease, and he's got 2 in a row, Dara Kerwin, 1 with the fist, 1 with his left foot, and it opens up the 3-point lead again with 20 minutes gone. The game, I suppose, in the last 3 or 4 minutes has opened up a little bit. So the kick out to come. Naas keeping a bit more of a push on this one again, and a loose kick from Shane McNamara as he tried to find his man Fergal Conway over on the far side, and it was out over the line with all the pressure there, but the referee says I don't think it was taken behind the line, was it? Maybe that's what it was, and or maybe the judge said it was Selbridge ball, one or the other anyway. It turned into a Selbridge ball, and the tackle coming in from James Burke. Looked like the Selbridge player has overplayed it. Good play from James Burke, getting involved in the last few minutes. Alex Byrne then, you won't miss him with the bandage around the head. Here's a shout from Brian Byrne. Byrne looking to possibly offload it to fellow Jew man in James Burke, but he elects to take it on 45 metres as toe tapped it well, and there's a run coming here from Mark Maguire, obviously just to keep Aaron Brown interested, looking to be held up there by Mick O'Grady, but it's down at the far end. Naas trying to get inside. It looks like Neil Ahern eventually coming in along the line is thinking of a pot pass. No, he elected to go for the score, and he puts it over the bar. Hugh McGrillen not happy with his defenders there that they didn't make it hard, and all of a sudden Naas have got 3 on the bounce after he said Selbridge narrowing that gap, and very quickly Naas have been able to build that. So we've had a score a minute. 2 for Selbridge, 3 for Naas, and it's opened up a little bit more. 1-3 to 2 points. Naas putting a bit of a squeeze on the Selbridge kick out now, and that's putting a bit of pressure on here as Selbridge tried to break out. Plenty of numbers here. Neil McDermott urging on his troops, but Kevin Downs and Joe Murphy patrolling the line here at the minute, keeping an eye on things as Selbridge come out from the back, crossing the halfway line, hopping the ball, and that's definitely not something to be doing too much of today, I have to say. And it's well picked up there by Owen Lawler. Lawler giving it to man driving on, Owen Doyle. Owen Doyle giving it across the field then to Neil Ahern, who got that last point. Then it's shifted on here. Byrne now, will he think about going for the juggler? He does! Off the upright! That would have been, you'd have to say, Selbridge would have been facing a mountain if that had gone to the back of the net. Byrne thought nothing of it, of having a go at it though. And it's Dermot Hanifin, the goal scorer, picks it up. Thought about a shot that he with his left foot, gives it back out here to Sinky. Sinky then pops a high ball back to Paddy McDermott. McDermott elects to go backwards with it because he heard a shout from Brian Byrne. Byrne thought about going backwards with it, but he's electing to hold on to it and possibly then make a decision and gives it. I thought there he was going to give it to Paddy McDermott, but elects to hold on to it. Eventually then goes back to McDermott. McDermott all the way back to Luke Mullins, is the only man inside his own half. Right footed ball across the field then. Joe Malamodar Senior Football Championship final. Naas going for 4 in a row. They lead 1-3-2. The goal, a cracking effort, first scored again from Dermot Hanifin. On the ball is Kerwin, giving it to McDermott. That's Paddy. Paul was in for a few minutes for Alex Byrne, as you can see, with the bandage on his head. Back it goes here to Sinky. Selbridge withdrawn again. All the men nearly behind the 45-metre line here. Team chasing the scenario here now, where, as I said, there were a goal to no score behind, got 2 points, got to within a point, and then Naas hit 3 of their own. 2 from Dara Kerwin and 1 from Ahern, as the ball is with Byrne. He loses control of it, took his eyes off it now, and a bit of pressure on here. 2-2 situation, but Doyle gets to it. Bit of a high challenge there. And that, I have to say, Dean O'Donoghue did need to do that. Doyle are making a bit more of it, but that's going to be the first yellow card, no question about it. I have to say, a stupid thing to do by Dean O'Donoghue. Doyle wasn't really going anywhere, had a lot of ground to make up. And Dean threw in the arm over the shoulder. Yellow card for Dean O'Donoghue. Selbridge being urged on by their fans here. A better year in front of goal it has been for Selbridge, on average in a goal a game across their matches. Got 2 in a few of them, but Naas definitely stepped up their goal hunt this year. Scored 3 goals 3 times, have 11 goals coming into today, and have added now a 12th as Tom Brown comes across the field. Loads of Browns, of course, on the field today. Right footed ball played this time by Kerwin, decent enough, and it's Hanifin that tried to get inside, but he's well robbed there by Mick O'Grady, probably one of the better tacklers in the game. They've proven that over the years with Intercounty. Looking to bring it forward now. Brendan Cawley taking no messing, and Brendan, of course, now well experienced on the Intercounty senior scene. Finally getting to referee his own county final, first time after all the years. Of course, it wasn't probably possible with Sarsfields or Moorfield having been in finals in time. Kevin O'Callaghan now takes it away from Burke, has been given the advantage, meeting up with Owen Doyle now. Callan holding him off, throws the ball. The referee's going to call it back though for the advantage he was given to Kevin O'Callaghan. Misty rain continues to fall, as you can see. A sizable enough crowd, it's just a pity not all of them can fit in the stand. 3,000 capacity stand here, practically full, and lots of umbrellas over on the far side. Free to be taken by O'Regan, giving it out here to Killian Brown, looking for the return maybe to O'Regan. No movement inside, not too many red and black jerseys inside the D. Back it goes to Conway. Conway then to Constantine, looking around. Nick, of course, a famous man on the mandolin, giving the ball across here to his full-back Keane Powell. Powell stepping inside. O'Callaghan, Owen Doyle showing Callaghan the way. He likes to go right and then goes left, popping the pass inside. Brown looking the opportunity, nearly afraid to shoot Selbridge out for some reason, as the Vinci ball is put up on the eye by Tony Archibald. Dangerous ball. Oh, the wind took it in a little bit. It's a good score from Tony Archibald. Probably a little bit of a Hail Mary, but it went over the bar, and with 26 gone, it's back to a goal. And that goal, of course, came the first score of the game after 8 minutes. Dermot Hanifin with a cracking effort for Naas. As Naas is full back, Conor McCarthy gets on this ball and goes back to Luke Mullins. Michal McDermott asking his team to push right up, but I don't know how much of the response is happening out there. Here comes Mullins then, out the field he comes. Benchy's going to be taken on here by Archibald. Gets the ball back to Owen Lawler, and Lawler goes back to Brian Byrne. Naas very much in control Selbridge living on a bit of breadcrumbs at the minute. Attacking the Kilcullen end here of the brand new Cedral St. Conleth's Park. Alex Byrne, bandaged up of course, got a bit of a knock and had to go off. Put back on the field of play after the blood was stopped and has that bandage with Dara Kerwin. Bit of a skip out with Kerwin. Elects to go right, back to Sinky. Sinky hears a shout here from his full back, but elects to hold on to the ball and come in field and give it to Paddy McDermott. McDermott ducks the shoulder and gets away from the man who's on the card, Dean O'Donoghue, and O'Donoghue knew he couldn't leave in the arm. Outside the right foot from Byrne, it's going to tail off though, I think, and it kept on the trajectory. The wind just took it away, and it's Alex Byrne's second wide. 27.5 minutes gone. 1-3-3, separated by that Hannafin goal. Fergal Conway taking it into his grip and then letting control of it, being tracked by McDermott and Byrne there, gets it to Constantine to McGrillen. Some of the elder lads of Selbridge linking up here. Ball played across, and it's a giveaway pass there by Selbridge. They don't definitely need them. Goalkeeper's off his line. Dara Kerwin's 45 metres out. There's 3 ahead of him and there's 3 Naas lads around him. Goes in field, probably into the traffic too much. But Byrne is there again, and then with the outside the right, misses it further left than he did with the other one. And it's kept in play actually by Shane McNamara, and Selbridge move it down the field now. Have an opportunity to build a counter. Don't leave it into the keeper's hands. You'd often be telling you're under 10s or 12s. Let's see what Selbridge can do with it. Need to move it far quicker than they probably have. O'Grady coming in field. McGrillen is there, but he elects to go to O'Regan. O'Regan stepping in now. Owen Doyle is with him. Also there tracking him is Paddy McDermott. The Browns have gone inside. Opportunity, here's one of them. It's Killian across the field. Good call, a good ball across as well. Opportunity maybe to have a shoot, not in the hands of the man maybe that has it. Now it's Constantine back out the field to come again. Driving in again Conway. Conway's got 1 point already. It's 1-3-3. Hearing the shout from O'Donoghue. Has a yellow card to his name. Looking to slalom inside. Did that very well. Brown on the snap, up and over the bar. Fairness to him, he got involved in that move, Killian Brown, twice or 3 times, and eventually was in the right pocket from Dean O'Donoghue, put the ball over the bar, and with 1 minute of normal time remaining, it's 1-3-4. And now the press seems to be on. Selbridge staying upfield here, sensing maybe another opportunity. Their bench appealing. How long is the shout that's going out to Brendan Cawley? He ain't listening as the ball is dropped, and fair kick out from Luke Mullins. So fine Brian Byrne, he dropped it and then he was fouled, and Brian will use all his experience to buy a little bit of time over there. Henry Barris, the match official over on the far side. On the football front, it's been a good weekend for Naas so far, taking home 2 minor titles. As Tom Brown gets on this ball, decent player at underage in his own right. As they come across the field now, Owen Doyle. Will Naas find something in the tank just before Brendan Cawley blows the half whistle? Ryan Sinky got a bit of a strike there from the number 12 Tony Archibald, but he drives on. Kerwin in a perfect spot for this left foot now if he can drive it up, but Powell is on his tail, giving it here now to Brown. Brown to Byrne. Byrne will probably need to get back on the right. 1 minute of additional time to be played, and we are in that now.
1 minute additional time.
By my count, we got on the road a little bit before the clock of 2 o'clock, so it's coming up just on 2:30 as Naas come down the far end. 1-3-4. Lovely takeaway though from Selbridge there, and an opportunity for the red and black to come bursting out. Of course, if you're watching this in any of the clubhouses after this game, you'll know which one is your club, with Selbridge in the red and black coming driving up now from the Kilcullen end. Conway trying to orchestrate something here to maybe narrow the gap again before half time. O'Grady crossing the halfway line with that pass, goes for the return that he gets there from O'Regan. O'Regan to O'Grady. O'Grady, a bit of a loose pass, but it's picked up by Selbridge, and Micheál McDermott urging them on here now, trying to get something before the break. Conway, bit of a white wall down front of him, and it's a lovely dispossession of him there by Dermot Hannafin, the goal scorer, and the whistle is blown by Brendan Cawley. 1-3-4 points. Everyone now heading for the push through facilities behind us here that the VIPs can avail of. It's And you're welcome back here to Cedral St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge for the Joe Mallon Motors Senior Football Championship final of 2024. Second half about to get underway. Naas just back out in the field. Selbridge were just a little bit ahead, and Brendan Cawley's the man in the middle raring to get going. Just making sure all the kids who entertained us there and are now fairly wet are off the field of play. Ball is in, game on again, and it's Naas got a touch, and it's a free for them as they attack the town end here for this second half. James Burke popping that ball up, hopping up off the deck for Paddy McDermott. McDermott to Dara Kerwin, went out for that throw in. And Naas going to recycle it here. And it's turned over by Selbridge and their bench urging them on. I have to say they've been quite vocal down here to my left hand side. They've had the dressing room at the town end. Great to see, as you said, fabulous new dressing rooms here. And two different ends of the ground. Naas were, as I said, down to my right. Anyway, Callahan focusing on what's on the field of play is the man on the ball, giving it to his number 10, Niall O'Regan. Again, is a man who's had an awful lot of possessions. Hugh McGrillen. Crowd go eerily quiet again. Just over the 5,400 mark of the official attendance, but under 16s were free, and I see a large number of them around the ground, so that probably shows you the overall capacity. I did say I thought it was a big crowd, but paying customers just over 5,400 as Selbridge recycled the ball, holding on to it at the minute, looking for a bit of a break, but Naas have all the pockets covered at this moment in time. Constantine takes a solo on the right and very tight there now, having to go back. O'Regan being tracked here by Owen Doyle in a bit of a pickle now. Has got to work his way out of it. Maybe his only option is McNamara, and that's who he goes back to, standing on his own 45. Hugh McGrillen going wide here, trying to entertain and hold on to James Burke. Fergal Conway to Constantine. 1-3 to 4 points. Coming up in 2 minutes gone, and we've had no real effort. Selbridge haven't got into Naas's half too often in these opening stages, as Kevin O'Callaghan thought about dummying that on Paddy McDermott, and he did. Eventually recycling McGrillen, crosses the 45, just asking someone to hold back as he plays that ball forward. Recycling of the ball, Dean O'Donoghue, who has that yellow card, and eventually to O'Callaghan. Popping the pass off here now, Kevin Flynn, he came in for Paddy Brophy at the start of the game. Popping his way forward, Fergal Conway, it's gone up on the wind, it's dropping short though, Luke Mullins out underneath it, gets a titch away on that, and in fairness, he was giving away maybe an inch or two to the man that was jumping with him. He got a flick away and it's out for a 45, our first one here at Cathedral St. Conleth's Park. Our first goal in the history books will go down, of course, to Naas's full forward Dermot Hanifin with a cracking effort after 8 minutes. So Shane McNamara, also a bit of a long ball specialist, comes forward to take this, and it's Kilcullen then now will have to judge it by the wind, and again he doesn't, similar to what happened in the first half. That's a poor enough wide now. I would have thought they would have been able to judge. The wind is definitely swirling cross field and taking shots away from the goal to the left hand side, so chance kind of big in there to narrow the gap to the bare minimum with 10 minutes gone. Ball is turned over here now, driving forward Conway giving it to Brown maybe in a right angle, it's flighted all the way across the goal, and it's a chance kind of big in there. Aaron Brown hasn't had too many sniffs at it today, and 2 wides in the 34th minute, kind of big in there for Selbridge, and they got the two of them, they were level, flicked on there very well by James Burke. Dara Kerwin getting away. Now there's a bit of a charge on here. McGrillen holding him back. Then there's a tug around his head. Kerwin keeps driving on. That's gone out to the right. It's going to be called back. And I don't know whether there's going to be a yellow card for any one of the Selbridge players there. There was 2 of them. Could have been in that yellow card territory, but Brendan Cawley quite happy to keep the cards in the pocket, but it's going to be a free for Naas. They've left the ball on the ground. Luke Mullins is thinking about, but no, I think they're going to leave it to Alex Byrne here with his right foot, top of the D. But again, the wind is swirling down that end as well, taking the balls away to the right hand side. So gotta judge this now to pull it towards that left hand upright. Does that, comes around the house. It's tight to that right hand one though, and it's gone out to the right and wide. I have to say, I just have been bit perplexed by the experience that they have, the shot taking that's gone on here in these conditions. Not ideal or easy, but surely a free in front of the goal like that, the wind that it is, could have been judged a bit better, especially after seeing the chances in the first half. Coming up on 5 minutes gone anyway, and we've had a couple of wides. Brian Byrne steadying his feet after getting a bit of a dunt around the head, plays that ball in. I was asking an awful lot, but the referee is calling it back for the foul on Brian Byrne. Again, Brendan Cawley, I think, has been generous in keeping the cards in the pocket. Brian Byrne has this free and maybe a chance to get the better ball in for this. Tom Brown going loose. Paddy McDermott goes loose, but he goes all the way back to Luke Mullins on his own 45. Owen Doyle is there as an option. Brian Byrne. Kevin O'Callaghan is tracking Owen Doyle in case. Alex Byrne comes short for Byrne, crosses the halfway line. 3 Selbridge men around him now. Got to be careful with it and gives it back here to Doyle. 65 metres out now as the ball played into Byrne. Offloads that quick before Kevin Flynn got in contact with him. And Naas driving on with this ball now. Conor McCarthy hearing a shout from Ahern. Ahern puts it up good and high. It's going to tail out to the right, but it's dropping short. Lots of men in there and looked like a Naas man hit the deck, but he just fell of his own volition and it's gone out to the right and wide. Chance gone a big in there again. Neil Ahern has the quick kick out from McNamara about to come. 36 minutes gone. Poor enough fare in the opening stages here. Opportunity though could be turned over here, trying to get in on Hannafin, the goal scorer. Selbridge didn't really deal with that well, and Constantine, credit to him, gets that ball, holds onto it and tries to get it away. Killian Brown I think is back there helping out, just trying to make out the black on the red there, and the damp conditions out just proving a little bit difficult as Fergal Conway takes that free and drives it forward. Playing low ball along the ground now. It's got to be careful. Oh, it's an opportunity building inside here. Selbridge with Tony Archibald picks it up, pops the ball across. McQuillan! It's exactly what the game and what Selbridge needed. Naas were a bit slow tracking McQuillan. He came in off a diagonal run, and Archibald though, you'd have to credit him. A little bit of ground football played by Selbridge over on the far side. I don't know how McQuillan wasn't spotted, and it was all too late when he got a touch of the ball back of the net. Not the prettiest of goals, but that's the goal that's been getting the goals. One in the first half, one in the second. McGrillen gets the ball over the line, and for the first time Selbridge are in front. Hugh McGrillen, the only survivor of the 2008 Senior Football Championship win, has got the goal in the 2024 final. And maybe someone now will buy him a bicycle if he goes on to win a county title here. As the ball taken over on the far side. Kerwin showing a little bit of a show and go. Lenway's left foot as he got the leveller. That's a good kick, and that is over the bar. Fine response from Naas. Fine score from Dara Kerwin. And it's like buses. Couldn't get it by a score, and now all of a sudden we get two quick succession. Hugh McGrillen with the goal, and then Dara Kerwin with a fine point. Dara Kerwin with his third point of the game. Kick out coming in from McNamara, down on top of everyone. Owen Doyle gets a touch on it. It's O'Regan flicks it away, and it's Ahern picks it up. Have Selbridge rattle the cage now. It'll be interesting to see. James Burke, Byrne thought about a shot. Bit of a pass that wasn't expected from Dara Kerwin, and the ball goes away. McQuillan pushes his own man out of the way and gets that ball. Selbridge out with a bit of tails up, but they've no one up front. Two players ahead of the ball carrier, Killian Brown. Back he goes to his fullback, Keane Powell. Powell then offloading the pass here and gets the return, and then goes to O'Callaghan, being tracked by Conor McCarthy. 1-4 apiece then. Game was woken up, as we said, a little bit, and over the far side Constantine makes a burst into the 45 and goes backwards with the ball then, and it's back to goal scorer for Selbridge, Hugh McGrillen popping the pass across field as Selbridge build from the back again. Now it's only Shane McNamara in his own half. McGrillen interchange of passes. John Clark taking his time. Back he goes to McGrillen again. Back to Clark. Back to McGrillen. Back to Clark. Possession, 9/10 of the law, they say, isn't it? McGrillen eventually goes to go forward. Kevin Flynn, shout of a run here from Archibald. Archibald holds on to that very well. Pops a pass inside, but it's well taken away there by the Naas defence in Owen Doyle. Now an opportunity to break, but Paddy McDermott turned into traffic. He's swarmed by red and black jerseys. Number 22 there for Naas, Mark Maguire, of course, that was on from the start, trying to drive forward. Brendan Cawley electing to go forward. 6 Selbridge lads around, and that ball is turned over. The Selbridge bench jump for joy here. They've been the ones urging their team on. Selbridge fans quite vocal here. Naas, as I said, going through the motions, I thought in the first half, and we're doing enough at being able to keep Selbridge at arm's length. Now it's a different game. As Shane McNamara, will he judge the wind a bit better than he did with the first free that he had? That was a 45 after the ball was flicked up by Luke Mullins. This is a free, and it's on the 45-metre line. Needs to aim towards that right hand upright. Gets a good bit of spot behind that, and has he driven it over the bar? He has. So he did get the judge right on the free. Selbridge go back in front here. 41st minute of this Joe Mallon Motors Senior Football Championship final. Selbridge pushing up a little bit on that Naas kick out. Naas minding that ball, and they've got an outlet here, and it's Maguire has an opportunity to break, but he's only got 4 of his teammates in front of him. Loses the ball. Challenged there by the number 10, Niall O'Regan. Back to Byrne. Now it's with McDermott. Maguire getting a lot more involved in the game here so far in the second half. Across to Byrne. Has Mullins if he wants, but he goes for Doyle. Doyle is Lawler with him in support, but elects to come back across the field now and give it here to Mark Maguire. So Mark Maguire and James Burke, they started the game for Naas ahead of Cathal Daly and Paul McDermott, and Kevin Flynn started in place of Paddy Brophy for Selbridge. Naas taking a bit of the sting, I suppose, out of any hope for Selbridge. 11.5 minutes gone in the second half. It is Owen Lawler over on the far side, gets a shout and a pass, and lovely interlocking play here, and Lawler going for the return. McGrillen gets a hand in place, does enough to get it back to a red jersey, and it's Fergal Conway trying to drive out with the ball. Now O'Grady is there, and the ball is turned over, and it's now in the hands here of thought it was Flynn over there. Looked like he was hauled back, and it's going to be an opportunity for Selbridge just to slow things down and drive out. They now lead. We're behind at half time by 1-3 to 4. They now lead by 1-5 to 1-4. The goal came from Hugh McGrillen. As I said, not the prettiest of goals, but they won't care if they're lifting the Dermot Burke Cup a lot in Selbridge tonight. It's all about winning the game, and Mick O'Grady involved in playing that pass there. O'Regan, it's all a bit tight now. Dara Curran trying to get in a bit of a challenge, but Selbridge have extricated themselves out with Powell looking to drive out, shows and goes a little bit, and back to Constantine. Constantine being challenged there a little bit by Dara Curran, but it's Niall O'Regan, and O'Regan, so it's very similar to Paddy McDermott on the other side, does an awful lot of donkey work over and back and being an outlet ball for this Selbridge team. Over here is Mick Constantine again. Back it goes, as I said, to the aforementioned O'Regan. I have to say his possession stats will be quite high from a Selbridge point of view. Selbridge so with 3 Naas players around. Naas looking to put the pressure on now. The full-back's got to be careful. Keane Powell hits the deck. Owen Doyle goes in, and looking to get on the play. Mick Constantine. In it goes towards Callahan. Callahan, here's a shot outside from Fergal Conway. Going to the left-hand side of Byrne, looking to pop the ball back. Who's going to show in here an opportunity? Looked like it was taken out of his hands illegally, but the referee allowing the play to continue, and Naas looking to build from the back. They're a point down now, haven't been challenged. There's 2 Selbridge men came to blows there, one a bit more serious than the other, but looking to get up and get moving again. It looks like Killian Brown got in a bit of a tangle there. Was it with his brother? Ended up on the deck anyway, and the 2 of them are up. Killian, it looks like a little bit worse for wear at the minute. Looks like he's picked up a bit of an ankle knock as we continue to watch on the play. Driving forward, Mark Maguire. Hugh McGrillen, the goal scorer for Selbridge, keeping an eye on things. 1-5 to 1-4. It remains with 13.5 minutes gone. Brian Byrne, Naas won't panic. Byrne to Burke. We often hear that in the hurling field, and we've seen it on the football field here now, with Dara Curran then getting onto this, looking to step around Mick O'Grady. Shrugs him off. Would fancy a shot from 45 out, but elects to hold on to the ball and recycle it. Naas again. No panic. Paddy McDermott on the ball now. Doyle giving him an option, but Brian Byrne is there as well. But Brian Byrne is urging him to go forward. McDermott looking for Alex Byrne, but instead Byrne has gone around him, and it's Brian Byrne. It's going to pop this pass. Still sitting on this. Only Luke Mullins in his own half here, as all the rest of the players, including the referee, are on the far side. Maguire, who's, as I said, been very busy on the ball in this second half since he came on, giving it to Ahern. Ahern back out here to Paddy McDermott. Selbridge definitely have upped the tempo, going into tackles a lot more convincingly and not standing off as much. Byrne, back out it goes. Kerwin will fancy this, puts it up good and high. Is it doctoring around enough? The umpire likes it. The umpire loves it. The flag is up. It's a draw game. It's a cracking point. Dara Kerwin's had 2 fantastic efforts in this second half, and that's his 4th in all. 45 minutes gone in the Joe Mallon Motors Senior Football Championship final, a repeat of last year's final. Probably the best 2 in the county anyway at the minute, playing in this final. Naas and Selbridge. Selbridge going to introduce a substitute, and it is Davy Hughes that's coming on.
For the Selbridge team, number 25 Davy Hughes replaces number 23 Kevin Flynn.
Kevin Flynn has departed after coming in for Paddy Brophy at the start. Kevin, I don't know whether he's disappointed or he's a bit ginger coming off after a knock or something, but his race is run with 15 minutes of normal time remaining. Shane McNamara then with a long ball, 1-5 apiece. Driving forward with this, of course, don't forget the quarter-final, isn't it, next weekend, I think? It is against Kula. Whoever wins this, as the shot comes in, not a great shot, but the referee is calling back. He obviously encouraged the shot opportunity, but it's going to be a free, and Mullins, I think, will be trips in the way forward here. Kildare winners play Kula, of course. Kildare winners, either Naas or Selbridge, play Kula in the Leinster Championship. That game under lights here in Cedral St. Conleth's Park. I believe that it will be a live TV game. So Luke Mullins puts this ball down. An opportunity for him now. He has to come right across this ball and aim towards where the old dressing rooms used to be. You would think, the way the wind is hanging on some of these kicks. He drives it, he likes it though. Oh, it's tight. It's gone out just to the left and wide. I thought the way he ran away, he was in favour of it, but it's a wide, and the second wide for Luke Mullins. The wind probably didn't help him at all in that scenario. As the kick out comes, McNamara placing this ball to Mick O'Grady, turns away from James Burke, popping the ball across to Fergal Conway. Conway coming back in along the line again and gives it to his fullback Keane Powell. Powell forward to Niall O'Regan. O'Regan back it goes to Conway. Naas funneling players back now, and Selbridge looking to get forward. Conway took it into a bit of contact but get it away to Constantine. Constantine looking around him, and Powell had turned his back, so the option was cut off. So Constantine has to hold on to this ball now and try and drive forward. He has McNamara with him, but he is being curtailed a little bit here in trying to get this ball forward by the goal scorer for Naas, Dermot Hanifin. Ball then Constantine though works out a bit of a space for Shane McNamara, drives forward, but he's a bit exposed here. He's got to rely on John Clark. Clark going back now and is putting a bit of pressure on McNamara. Alex Byrne coming into the play. Clark holds on to the ball and trying to get away from Byrne. Coming into contact now with Brown. Skips away John Clark, did that well, and holds on to it. Then into the possession of Fergal Conway. Driving forward are Selbridge. Fergal Conway on the ball. 1-5 apiece. Coming up on 18 minutes gone in the second half. Still Conway on the ball. Right footed ball. Good ball across the field here to the man who's on the field of play, and he calls the mark there. That Davy Hughes. Right on the line was Fergal Conway, and he put it into Davy Hughes as Naas get ready to spring Cathal Daly off the bench. So Hughes obviously fancies this opportunity. Left foot. Right side of the field. Will he judge the wind? It's tight, but he's put it over. He obviously had all the faith in the world in himself. So Cathal Daly is coming on. So Robert Fitzgerald has been called ashore with 49th minute, and he's been replaced by Cathal Daly. 1-3 to Ford was at half time. It's now 1-6 to Selbridge, 1-5 to Naas. Referee not happy with Luke Mullins, and Selbridge starting to maybe just apply a little bit of pressure. Owen Doyle is not happy with Brendan Cawley, but referee quite happy to throw the ball up here as Selbridge bench celebrated that. Going to be a throw ball on the 20-metre line, is it? Or is he given something? No, it is going to be a throw ball. 13 for Selbridge, about to come in. Paddy Brophy. Ball is thrown in. James Burke in there gets a flick in it, but it's Selbridge to get on to the bounce. Tony Archibald looked like he took too much out of that. Has the shot off. Where umpire says it's a 45. Joe Murphy wondering what's going on, but it's officials 45. So 13. Paddy Brophy coming in. So Paddy Brophy is in. A bit of change happening here now with 10 minutes to go. He comes in for Aaron Brown, and Paul McDermott coming in for Ryan Sinky. Ryan Sinky off after 50 minutes. Paul McDermott come on as a blood suck for Alex Byrne in the first half, now on in his own right with 10 minutes remaining. So a bit of fresh legs. Seen as an opportunity maybe to, we're in the game-winning time now. And you'd fancy if McNamara puts this ball over the bar, it's going to ask an awful lot of questions of Naas as Sinky eventually makes his way to the line, and the fourth official and Henry Barrett can put down the flag. So 10 minutes remaining. Shane McNamara, this could be a big kick. McNamara doesn't judge the wind. Ball is dropping short though, it's on the edge, it's still in play. Going to be turned around. McNamara turns back towards goal, probably should stay involved in the play. McGrillen popping this ball in, Paddy Brophy underneath it, ball gets away. Brophy and Owen Doyle, and then Brophy and Doyle seem to come to a little bit of blow there. And Paddy Brophy might be in a bit of trouble here, I think. If the umpires saw it and the ref, and it could be a very short-lived sojourn on the new St. Conleth's Park for whoever the umpire has spotted. And he's gone. Red card. Paddy Brophy's county final didn't last long. And he's still talking to Brendan Cawley. But I have to say, Paddy didn't stand a chance there. And that upsets everything. He's only on the field of play, and literally 90 seconds is all he was on, and he got a red card for, to me, what looked like a punch into the midriff of Owen Doyle. So now Selbridge have to do it with 14 men. That high ball was dropping in from McGrill, and Brophy went for it, but he kind of was on the back of Owen Doyle. There was a bit of one and the other, but when they came down onto the ground, Brophy was a little bit leisurely with his hands, I have to say. And even if Doyle did make a bit of a meal of it, once you raised the hands at all, that was and once the umpire saw it, you'd have to say not a great thing for Paddy to do. But 8 minutes of normal time remaining. Selbridge are still the ones in control here, 1-6 to 1-5, but are now down to 14 men. Brian Byrne offloading the pass, and it's a crossfield that comes here to Owen Doyle from Paul McDermott. Then it's Ahern. Ahern looking to skip inside. Oh, lovely pop past Byrne. Holds on to it, hits the deck referee. Was allowing the free. Saw a pull of the jersey. And Brendan Cawley was wide open to that. He was nearly involved in the move. He was so close. And no doubt he saw the pull in the jersey. Byrne going to fancy this. I think Joe Murphy is calling for a press on this kick out when it comes. Alex Byrne, though, still has to kick the opportunity here just to level the game. And are we looking at an opportunity that we will see a draw in this encounter? It's anything that might favour Naas. It's Alex Byrne's first point out of 4 shots a goal, and it's 1-6 apiece. Kick out from McNamara. Hugh McGrillen underneath it. All the heads go up and the ball breaks, so in favour of Brian Byrne. Got in there and did it well. Naas Simpson now maybe a bit of blood here because, of course, as we know, Selbridge down a man. Ball is played. Naas with Kerwin putting it up on the clouds. Has he judged? No, he hasn't. That one tailed off there fairly badly. Chance gone a big one, and probably Dara's worst shot of the day with 53 minutes gone here. Substitution about to happen for Naas. It looks like Kevin Cummins is going to come in here for Neil Ahern.
Substitution for the Naas team. Number 25, Kevin Cummins, replaces number 15, Neil Ahern.
Have to credit Selbridge, there's no doubt about it, that they are in this game with 6 minutes remaining or thereabouts, considering maybe how disappointing last year's final went for them. Ball out to the middle, Burke is up, gets a touchdown, but it's Selbridge that are on the break here, driving forward. Tony Archibald being tracked by Alex Byrne, trying to get away from the man that is just in. Advantage being awarded to Selbridge. Kevin Cummins is the man that was in danger there of being fouled, or fouling the Selbridge man, as Fergal Conway drives down the far side. As I said, Selbridge having to do it now with 14 men. Conway back, he's told to go with it. 1-6 apiece, coming up on 55 minutes gone here, and whatever injury time is going to be played, you'd imagine going to be the customary GA 2 at least. Getting on the ball as a man who kicked the fine point for Selbridge, Davy Hughes. Hits the deck after that ball there, coming into contact with Tom Brown. Driving forward, Fergal Conway gave the shout, drove well, gets away from Byrne, but he's been shouted up by Brian Byrne. Pops a lovely ball inside. Naas looking to get there. Ball is flicked away. Coming together. Some of the Selbridge crowd looking for a penalty. Don't know about that. 2 men going for the ball. Defender won that battle. Unfortunately, Selbridge man gets a knock, but can't see how you could claim there was any malice in that. Bit of malice in that challenge afterwards, though. And another Selbridge man is going to find his way in the book here, John Clark. And yellow card for him. Bit of indiscipline now. Might cost the men from the north of the county here a little bit. I have to say I don't have a method here of replay, but thought it was a 50-50 ball. Comes across, defender doing his job, forward trying to do his job. Don't think there was any malice intended, but as I said, afterwards there probably was a little bit. Naas getting ready to bring in number 20, Sean Hannafin. Another big unit to have, possibly. Probably going to replace someone like James Burke. Like for like in some ways. Getting to see what is Joe Murphy's plan. Counting down the clock now, 4 minutes to go for the right to win the Dermot Burke Cup. First time since 2008 and only your second time for Selbridge. 4 in a row for Naas and multiple wins now on the board at this stage. It was 1990 up until 2021 that they hadn't won, and now they've put a number of wins back to back. 3 in a row they did last year, of course, the first time since Sarsfields had done that back in the 80s, I think it was. They did that last year. Now they're going for 4 in a row and going to be put up along some of the great club teams in Kildare. If they're not there already. Paddy McDermott holding on to the ball. Naas quite content are they to run down the clock and then spot the opportunity. Owen Doyle looks like he picked up a bit of cramp there as he kicked that ball away. Low ball played in towards Alex Byrne. Takes the dunt off Kevin O'Callaghan. As we're still waiting on Sean Hannafin to get into play. Ball gets away from Paddy McDermott now. This is where a mistake could essentially win a match here. Someone drops, slips, whatever in these conditions. Looks like it's going to be Tom Brown, in fact, that's going to come off with Sean Hannafin going on. Dropped in by Doyle. It's a dangerous ball in. And out to the right and wide. Not maybe the ball that should have been played at this moment, I think.
Number 20, Sean Hannafin, replaces number 11, Tom Brown.
So Tom Brown is the man off. Sean Hannafin is the man in. Not an inspiring second quarter in this game. 1-6 apiece it is. The goal, of course, came from Hugh McGrillen that saw Selbridge in front, but Naas have pegged them back. 1-6 apiece it is. It's getting very gloomy if it wasn't already here. At 3:15, of course, the clocks went back, and that's probably spelling the evenings now done and dusted, and even the afternoons will be quite gloomy for the next couple of months. Anyway, 1-6 apiece. You'd feel next score wins. Constantine McGrillen getting away over there from Hannafin, loses the ball. It's not a day for hopping it, as we know. Hasn't been a day for hopping it all day. Hannafin, though, illegally dealt with him, and it's going to be Selbridge that are going to try and build out with it. Constantine has the ball in his hand. Minute and a half, and then whatever Brendan Cawley plays to Kevin McCallum, but it's a good rob there by the man wearing 3 in his back, Conor McCarthy, who's a good bit forward. But Naas holding on to the ball just about, trying to drive out with it there was Naas's big man Hannafin, but it was taken away there by Selbridge getting in and surrounding them. I have to say, Selbridge belying the fact that they're down to 14. Kevin O'Callaghan now driving into the half. As I said, next score wins. If they were to get it and it's a big one, it could be decisive. Here's an opportunity now. O'Regan coming forward. Will he fancy his chances? Goes for O'Regan. Tails off though to the left and out to the right, and left and wide, I should say. And it's 1-6 apiece. It remains a minute of normal time remaining. You would have thought that was an ideal opportunity. He had slipped far enough forward on the right hand side with the wind behind him, and Luke Mullins gets the ball down and away straight away. Naas are driving forward. They sense next score, as I said, pointing over the bar, whatever way it comes. Brian Byrne has been allowed to make 60-70 metres. Plays the ball now to Darragh Kerwin. Had a big day today. 4 points. Is he the man to win it and bring it back for Naas? Goes off his weaker foot, dropping it in and over the bar. Right footed ball over the bar. Probably everyone was expecting him to come back on his left, but Darragh Curran could be the man that has brought the title back again to Naas. for another year, but there's still time to be played. It's all down now on Brendan Cawley. We're in additional time. The first final back in the brand new Cathedral St. Conleth's Park here in Newbridge. Fabulous surface, fabulous stand. Pity about the weather, but it's a little bit exciting here now. Probably hasn't been a final to write home about, but it has been closer than maybe some might have predicted. 1-7 to 1-6. The county champions of the last number of years are holding on to the Dermot Burke Cup at the minute. Have Selbridge got an opportunity to win it, or to at least draw this game and see what happens after that? Constantine, left-footed ball, wasn't expected, falls away from Selbridge now, needs to get down in the ball. 3 or 4 men go for it. It's an ace to come out with it. Owen Doyle, been in the wars today, wins that ball back and is still on the deck. Alex Byrne now, trying to drive forward. Selbridge are there in numbers though. O'Callaghan trying to get in. Alex Byrne plays it away now. Naas no, ball goes dead. They maybe have control of it here. We're in, as I said now, a minute and a half gone. Kerwin to salute it. No! Drops into the keeper's hands now. Selbridge have one last opportunity. Naas thought they had it there. Joe Murphy thought he was running out onto the field. Hugh McGrillen being urged on by the bench and the crowd around him. Throws it there to Brown. McGrillen, the goal scorer for Selbridge, playing the ball inside. You'd wonder why Selbridge didn't play a little bit more like this in the first half. Stood back, I thought, on occasion and allowed Naas to build up a 1-3 to 4 point lead. Wasn't a huge lead, but you thought psychologically it was effective. Ball played inside. Wasn't an opportunity to call a mark there because the ball hopped beforehand. The ball is lost control of now by Selbridge. Back it goes with O'Regan. Ball has been recycled. O'Callaghan now, 45 out, looking to drive inside. They'll look for the free if they can. O'Callaghan fancies it. Blocked down there. Wonder block by Paul McDermott at a key point. Ball breaks. Could be anyone's. Goes down. It looks like it's going to be a free in. And a chance. Will it be Shane McNamara? Or will it be short? Derek Kerwin probably was a bit careless, and it is going to be a yellow card. This is tense. Minute or thereabouts remaining. Brendan Cawley happy to let it go. Clark moving it over here to Dean O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue has the man outside him in Hughes, but elects to go all the way around the house now. Will he fancy it? Looking for someone inside. Alex Byrne is there, gets a hand on it, but it falls into Hughes' hands. Shot opportunity now. O'Donoghue loses it, but there's a man loose out here. Naas have got to get down on this ball if they're going to try and win it. Hannafin went down, the ball broke away from him, and it looks like it's a Selbridge ball. I think it's a free. I think the ball came off Hannafin. I don't think it's a sideline ball. It's a free, no question about it. Now Naas, all they have to do is hold on to it, you would feel, and they are county champions for the 4th year in a row. 1-7, 1-6 for the right to play Coola in the Leinster Championship back here in Cathedral St. Conleth's Park. The right to hold on to the Dermot Burke Cup. Ball gets over Shane McNamara, falls away from Hannafin. Selbridge still have one opportunity though. McNamara giving it inside. The 14 men coming hunting now to try and win a title. James Burke with a huge tackle, goes down on the ball, thought he was pushed in the back. Referee allows the play to continue. Selbridge still holding on to the ball. Liam O'Flynn trying to drive forward. Burke is there again. Ball is won by Naas's cornerback in Cathal Daly, and the referee has called time. Naas have done it. Naas have done it. Selbridge will be heartbroken. Give it all in the second half, you'd have to say. Just wasn't enough ultimately, and Derek Kerwin, you have to credit him. Big point right outside of an area maybe that people would have fancied he was going to come back on his left. He took it off the right and it went in by the post to give them that 1 point victory. Naas 4 in a row, but credit Selbridge for making that game of it. But it is unfortunate for them. Defeat today. Naas are victorious. They will march on and into Leinster, and they'll be back here at Cathedral St. Conleth's Park to take on Coola in the first round of the Leinster Senior Football Championship. So well done to Naas. They are victorious here. Full-time score in Cathedral St. Conleth's Park. Naas 1-7, Selbridge 1-6.
a very proud place owner. Today's game was well contested, well fought, and I would genuinely feel very sorry for Celtics to put up a great show and great performance. Very, very tight. I know it's the second year in a row, but I would strongly encourage you to come back again as it's within your grasp. Today's, there's no taking away from you lads, 4 years in a row, it's the final achievement. I just said to you, like in 2 weeks' time you'll have cool here. Kildare expects that. I just want to mention a few people. First of all, whoever is representing the Dublin Waters for the great sponsor of the Junior Championship. I want to mention Brendan Cawley and match officials for the job well done. Brendan was the top referee in the county, and we're very glad to have him here today. All the people from Kildare GAA that worked and performed here today to get this occasion on. And this is a historic day for Kildare GAA and the reopening of Tottenham Park after being closed for a long time. Hopefully we will have many, many great days in the future. Now, we have two presentations today. The first one is for man of the match, and today's man of the match is Kildare Carroll.
Come on, Carroll.
Now, without further ado, I'm going to pass the Kildare up to all-night captain of the winning ace team.
Firstly, I'd just recognise the opening of our new Kildare home here in the service in Tottenham Park. It's an absolutely magnificent place to be, and please God, over the next couple of years, Kildare and all those in all ages will fill this place with good memories and shows us going forward. So I just think it's very important to recognise that going forward. So thanks very much to everyone behind the scenes and the county board for making today happen. So it's good thank you then to the county board for all their organisation and for the running of this competition. John Walters for continued support for this competition and the LGA in general. Brendan, Colin and all the officials for all the hard work game and conditions for referees as well. Well done to all the people involved. Thank you. I'd just like to say hi to Zelbridge of what was another Atlantic Hospital in AUG for working this time 12 months ago as well. Hard luck and well done, a great year, and we'll see you going forward. Hard luck. Just to a couple of our own people now, obviously I can and everyone involved there. Thank you very much for all the continued work you're doing for us and allow us to be up here. Take that to Ron for all the work to do behind the scenes with us, and to Shane, Jim and Tom who are putting in countless hours before training and after training, looking after us. You know, it's a feeling an awful lot of people who very much appreciate, but those three lads in particular, thank you very much. To organise this year, and I suppose back last year as well. Absolute revelation for us, and we're really happy to have them. So, thank you very much for all the work you're doing. Ken Martin, Paul Griffin, Brian Sweeney and Joe Murphy. Thank you very much for everything that you're doing for us, not only this year, but the last number of years, to enable us, to allow us back up here again. It's phenomenal stuff, and we're extremely delighted, grateful and appreciative of the work that you've done with us, and hope you will continue with us. So thank you very much. And lastly, just a really super people behind me, these lads who came behind me. It's not easy to do what we're doing, the effort that we're putting in. The reason that we're here and open these sets again is we want to send out these lads who never leave nobody else. So I just think they deserve massive credit for the whole of their ambition, their determination, their skill level, and we want to keep going. Thank you very much, and let's enjoy the next couple of days.
Darragh Kerwin, man of the match. Give us your thoughts on the match.
I look over the moon, especially to win it in that fashion. It was quite a scrappy game, probably conditions affected that, but look over the moon for the group and everyone involved.
It's the first time Naas have won 4 in a row. You must be really proud of the lads on the club.
Yeah, delighted. I suppose that sequence kind of is irrelevant because each year the group is unique and changes, so for some lads in there it's their first, their second, some 4 as well, but no, they're equally special and we're delighted, yeah.
It's a special day as well in the opening of the new St Conleth's. What are your first impressions?
It's excellent. I think everything about the place, in fairness, exhibits a real standards of excellence and something to be very proud of, so hats off to everyone involved in the development of it. It's really excellent.
Naas have reached the Leinster final in the last 3 years twice. How are you? Kildare are here in 2 weeks. How are you going to prepare for that?
As normal, I suppose we'll enjoy tonight first and then think about that. Under no illusions we'll be up against it here in 2 weeks' time. Coola have deservedly won the Dublin Championship, so they'll be coming in as favourites for this game and Leinster and beyond, so we'll do our utmost to prepare and put our best foot forward.
Brilliant, thanks so much, Darragh. Congratulations. Joe Murphy, manager in Naas Club. Thoughts on the match?
It was a hard-stopping affair. It was a tough, hard county final played in, really miserable, cold, wet, windy conditions. So, all credit to the players. They gave it their all on both sides. We just squeaked it in the end. That was all. 1 point there, was as big as a goal towards the end, and it was whoever got it first. And thankfully, it was us that got it.
It's the first time Naas has won 4 in a row. You must be so proud of the lads and the club.
It's a great achievement, especially in this day and age, the way teams are prepared. Kildare's a fiercely competitive county with some super teams in it, and maybe that's why it hasn't been done, I think, since the early 1900s in Kildare 4 in a row. So it's great credit to the club. It's great credit to the underage mentors and coaches that brought these players through. We've only picked them up over in the last few years and that, but the foundation was already there, so it's a great achievement.
It's a special day here today with the new St Conleth's opening. What are your first impressions of the new build?
I think it's a wonderful county stadium, to be honest with you. Especially this side of the field with the new stand, the dressing rooms are as modern and as equipped as you could get. So look at it, it's a fabulous venue, and it'll host many a big game for years to come.
You also hold a lot of special memories here in St Conleth's as a player with Éire Óg over the years. How does the memories differ to today as a manager of even a different team?
That's a good question. You can never get fed up of winning county finals and enjoying the success, and they say always the next game is the biggest game. So, myself and my teammates in from Éire Óg and Carlow, we had some wonderful days here. We won 5 Leinster Club Championships here, and the memories of that you'll hold on forever. But it's nice to make new memories with a new group of people as well, and the people that we're with at the moment are very special.
Exactly. So you've reached the Leinster final twice in the last 3 years. Coola are here to play you in the next 2 weeks. How are you going to prepare for that?
Well, we won't think about it yet anyway. I think we've earned a little bit of celebration tonight and maybe a little bit tomorrow as well. But, Coola have a fair wind in their sails now. They brought a massive crowd to Parnell Park to win their championship. They've some wonderful players and they've been knocking on the door in Dublin for the last few years. So, it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a great game, and we're looking forward to it, and we'll prepare later on in the week for that.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Joe. Congratulations.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Owen Doyle, captain. Give us your thoughts on the match.
Oh sure, delighted and relieved to get over it. We were in a good enough position at half time, going in with the win in the second half, but they got a goal very early on in the second half, or it felt to be anyway. We hung on at the end, great score by there at the end just to get over the line, so we are just thrilled, absolutely thrilled.
It's a big day then for Naas, first time run 4 in a row. You must be really, really proud of the club.
Ah yeah, of course, yeah. But this wasn't about 4 in a row for us. This is about a game of football. This is about this year's championship. There's a lot of lads, 3 or 4 lads there starting today that have never won a championship before, so that's all it was about. It wasn't about 4 in a row for us. Of course, it's an added bonus, but we're just absolutely thrilled to get over the line this year.
It's a special day here as well, the opening of the new St. Conleth's. What's your first impression of the new place?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Probably wasn't coming from the highest base as it was anyway, but it's they've done an absolutely super job. It looks great. Pitch's surface is brilliant. The stadium around it looks magnificent as well. So hopefully for Kildare as an organisation now, it'll be filled with trophies and filled with good memories over the next couple of decades.
So Naas have reached the Leinster final twice in the last 3 years. Coola are here in 2 weeks. How are you going to prepare for that?
Well, I won't be focusing on that now for the next couple of days. This is about this group of people enjoying this, celebrating this, because for a long number of years this club has been nowhere near that. So we just want to enjoy it, and we'll focus on that, on Coola and that game when the time is right.
It's brilliant. Thanks so much, Owen.
Thanks very much.